Correctional Service officers, frustrated by the lack of government's attention to the state of prisons across the country, have revealed how outnumbered and overworked they have been for years. At Buimo jail in Lae, there are only 3 men on duty at any one time, guarding more than 700 inmates. Inside the prison, warders reveal that dormitories are so crowded that prisoners are taking turns to sleep on floor space. These were among other factors identified and factors that triggered the jailbreaks. The revelations come days after 11 prisoners were shot dead during a mass breakout. Scott Wider with this special report.
On the razor wire fence, the first layer of security inside the Buimo prison compound, clothing and personal items of the prisoners who escaped last Thursday still hang. Up to 87 prisoners escaped. 12 were shot dead hours later, 18 were injured. It is the largest number of prisoners shot and killed during a jailbreak in Papua New Guinea. Not many outsiders are allowed into the prison compound for obvious security reasons. Access was given so we could understand the difficulties faced by Correctional Service officers who man one of the biggest prisons in the country.
The situation at Buimo with manpower is very serious. You have 730 prisoners, over 700, and you have just less than 100. At the time of the escape, we had just 90 officers and 4 commissioned officers. And out of the 90 that we had, 20 are female officers. So really underground is just less than 80 men underground to manage this big overcrowded prison.
In previous interviews, Superintendent Judy Tara, who acted as jail commander, raised the security-related issues. Yesterday, she was given a suspension notice due to Thursday's jailbreak.
Whether those issues are properly addressed in the Parliament and in the places that are supposed to be addressed is one thing that I, as an officer, would not know, but issues have been raised in many of those meetings.
The rest of the information that I was getting that morning was fears being spoken out.
On Thursday, Superintendent Tara met with the Lae MP Lujaya Koza to discuss funding for a perimeter fence. Hours after the Lae MP's departure, the breakout happened.
First thing the superintendent did was to provide me with a list of 189 remandees that had been held there at Buimo, and the name list was dated 10th of the 10th, 2014. So she handed me that list and she said, member, can you have a look at this? Right now we have a holding problem. She said,
the dormitories that can cater for 70 people currently is catering for 120 and 130. So you have prisoners that have shift. Some will have to sit up and wait until the others sleep, and then the others will have to give space for the others to sleep.
Dynamics of the security environment is all about welfare and security. So overcrowding, of course, is an issue. Mostly it is caused by a lot of remandees that are kept there.
Prison officers who spoke off camera point out that the escape on Thursday and previous escapes could have been minimized if there was a perimeter fence. This bit of information is no longer the stuff of confidential reports. It has now become public knowledge and information of public interest. The absence of a perimeter fence is just one ingredient to the recipe for prison breakouts.
Then they said the next need of ours is we just don't have enough staff on the ground to man the large numbers.
At any one time, there are always 3 officers stationed in the prison compound. The trio, who work on shifts with 17 others, guard close to 800 high-risk prisoners and remandees. On Thursday, prisoners pretending to carry a sick inmate overpowered 2 of the guards and escaped through the gate by jumping over the inner fence. With the 2 guards injured and temporarily immobilized, the prisoners came through the gate and along this short stretch and into the bushes. security risks, not just in Buimo but in other prisons as well, aren't just concerns for the Correctional Service. Every escape puts pressure on police resources, and when you're talking about police resources, you're not just talking about vehicles and funding. Every escape means a police officer has to work double, sometimes triple shifts, and it's a vicious cycle of crimes, arrests and escapes. Scott Waide, National MTV News, Ley.